May 16, 1943, RAF Bomber Command receives an impossible mission. Destroy two massive Nazi dams in Germany's Ruhr Valley, the Möhne Dam, the Eder Dam, both critical to German war industry, but there's a problem. Conventional bombs won't work. Dams too strong, torpedo nets protecting them, anti-aircraft guns everywhere. It's impossible, except one Scottish engineer says it's not. Barnes Wallis, age 55. He's designed a bomb, a strange bomb. It bounces on water, like skipping stones. The Air Ministry thinks he's crazy. Bombs don't bounce. But Wallis insists, builds prototypes, tests them. And on the night of May 16th to 17th, 19 Lancaster bombers take off, carrying bouncing bombs, heading for the dams. This is the story of the weapon that shouldn't have worked, but destroyed Nazi Germany's water supply, the Dambusters raid, and the Scottish genius behind it. But wait, before we get into this story, if you love Scottish heroes, if you love war engineering, or if you just want to see how something impossible became possible, hit that subscribe button right now, because this channel shares stories like this every week. And turn on notifications, because the next story is going to be amazing too. And don't forget the like button. The algorithm loves these. I love these, because it shows me you care about these stories too. Okay, let's start. Barnes Wallis, the bouncing bomb, and one of the most famous air raids in history. Barnes Neville Wallis, born 1887, England, but Scottish roots. Father was a doctor. Wallis was smart as a kid, very smart, loved math, loved engineering, went to school, then started working in ship engineering, ships, bridges, structures, but then something catches his interest. Aviation, airplanes. In the 1920s, designing airships, the R-100 airship, successful. In the 1930s, studying bomb aerodynamics. How do they fall? How do they hit targets? How can they be more effective? And when World War II started, Wallis was 52, but didn't stop, thinking, how do we stop Germany? Answer, hit their industry. But how? Early 1940s, Wallis focusing on a problem. The Ruhr Valley, Germany, heart of German industry. Steel factories, ammunition factories, coal mines, all in the Ruhr, and all dependent on one thing: water, dams, Möhne Dam, Eder Dam, Sorpe Dam, massive structures, holding millions of tons of water to run factories, generate electricity. If the dams break, water's gone, factories stop, production ends, Germany weakens. Logic simple, but execution impossible. Why? Because dams are too strong, thick concrete. Conventional bombs can't damage them. Torpedoes, torpedo nets can't reach. So how? Wallis thinking. Physics, water pressure. If you detonate a bomb underwater right next to the dam wall, water pressure amplifies the blast, creates a shock wave, cracks the concrete. But how do you get a bomb next to the dam wall? Underwater? That's the genius part. You bounce it on the water surface like skipping stones, jumps over torpedo nets, rolls toward the dam wall, sinks, explodes. Perfect. In theory, but in practice, nobody's tried. Nobody knows if it works. Wallis has to test. But how? Government money's not there yet. Don't believe him. So Wallis starts with his own money. Small models, testing in his backyard. Neighbors must be thinking, what? Guys bouncing bombs in his yard. Test work, small scale. But large scale? Wallis writes report. 1941, presents to Air Ministry. I can destroy the Ruhr dams with bouncing bombs. Response? Skepticism. This is absurd. Bombs don't bounce against physics. But it's not. Wallis explains. Physics, angles, speed, spin, everything calculated. But still, no, too risky, too expensive, won't work. Wallis doesn't give up. More tests, bigger models, tries in reservoirs, works, report again. And finally, someone listens. Winston Churchill, Prime Minister, reads the report. Interesting. Let's try it. February 1943, project approved. Code name Upkeep, but everyone calls it Bouncing Bomb. Now real bomb has to be designed. Upkeep. Specifications: cylindrical, barrel-shaped, 9,250 pounds, 4,196 kilograms. Very heavy. Inside Torpex explosive, very powerful. But most important part, spin. Bomb spins before release, backward. 500 revolutions per minute. Why? Because spin gives it bouncing power on water. Like topspin on a tennis ball, but on a bomb. And when it hits water, bounces 4 times, 5 times, sometimes 6, jumps torpedo net, reaches dam wall, rolls down the wall, sinks to 30 feet depth, pressure activates it, explodes. In theory, but has to be tested in reality. April 1943, trial drops, South England coasts. Does it work? Yes, but needs special aircraft. Normal Lancaster bombers can't carry this bomb. Why? Because bomb's too big and needs to spin. Needs special mechanism. So Lancasters get modified. Bomb bay removed. Special brackets installed. Bomb hangs under aircraft. Spinning mechanism. Hydraulic motor spins bomb to 500 revolutions per minute, spinning before release. And flight altitude? Critical. Exactly 60 feet, 18 meters. Higher? Bomb breaks hitting water. Lower? Plane hits water. So exactly 60 feet. How to measure? Spotlights. 2 spotlights. Under plane. If they converge on water, altitude's correct. Simple but effective. Who are the pilots? New squadron forming? 617 Squadron. Commander, Wing Commander Guy Gibson, 24 years old. Experienced, brave, best pilot selected. Why? Because mission's hard. Very hard. Low flying, 60 feet, at night, over enemy territory. Under anti-aircraft fire. Hit the dam. Perfect angle. Perfect speed. Perfect altitude. No margin for error. Training starts March to May 1943. Flying every day, low, over England's lakes, over reservoirs, 60 feet. Practice, 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 and bomb dropping. Right angle, right speed, 220 miles per hour, 354 kilometers per hour. Right distance, 425 yards, 389 meters from dam. Everything has to be perfect, otherwise failure. May 16, 1943 evening, RAF Scampton Air Base, 19 Lancasters, 133 crew, average age 22. Mission, Operation Chastise, destroy the Ruhr dams, weather checked. Moonlight? Yes. Good. Needed to see the dam. 9:30 p.m. First Lancaster takes off, then others. 3 waves. First wave, Möhne Dam. Second wave, Eder Dam. Third wave, Reserve. If needed, Sorpa Dam. Flying low, very low, 60 feet over English Channel, over Holland into Germany. Air defense is heavy, anti-aircraft guns, searchlights, but flying low. Under radar, some planes hit, go down, but most continue. Midnight. First Lancaster reaches Möhne Dam. Gibson leading. Sees the dam. Massive. Lights there. Anti-aircraft guns. Ready. Gibson approaching. 60 feet. 220 miles per hour. Bomb spinning. 500 revolutions per minute. Distance 425 yards. Perfect. Bomb released. Bouncing 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Reaches dam wall, sinks, explodes. Huge water column. But dam still standing. Damage there, but didn't break. Second plane, same procedure. Bomb released, bouncing, exploding. Again damage, but not enough. Third plane, this time different. Bomb hits perfect spot. Explodes. Dam cracks. Fourth bomb. Big breach opens, water bursting out, massive wave. 330 million tons of water. Flooding valley. They did it. Möhne successful. Now Eder Dam. Harder. Why? Because in a valley. Plane approach very narrow, hills there, trees there, turn very tight. Pilots trying multiple times. 1, 2, 3 times. Can't find right angle, too dangerous. But finally, 1 Lancaster succeeds. Perfect approach. Bomb released. Bouncing to dam wall, explodes, not enough. Second plane, same, difficult approach, but succeeds. Bomb released, explodes. This time breach opens. Eder Dam breaks, water pouring out. 2 dams, 2 successes, but cost? 8 planes lost. 53 crew dead. 3 captured. Success there, but pain too. Next day, German intelligence reporting. 2 dams broken, Möhne, Eder, water flooding Ruhr Valley. Towns underwater, factories damaged, Power plants stopped, bridges destroyed, roads unusable, estimated 1,600 dead, mostly civilians, but also 1,000 plus POWs and forced laborers, drowned in their camps. Tragic. Industrial damage? Major. Steel production dropped. Ammunition production dropped. Coal mines flooded. Took months to repair. Germany weakened. Strategic success. But human cost high. Wars like that. Victory and tragedy intertwined. What did Barnes-Wallis feel? Success? Partly, but also grief. Why? Because 53 crew died. Young men, average age 22. Wallis knew them. Went to training, talked with them, and now dead because of his bomb. Technically success, but humanly tragedy. Wallis cried, really, because he wasn't just an engineer, he was human, and felt the losses. Guy Gibson, 617 Squadron commander, told him, "This is war, people die, but your bomb saved thousands of lives. Shortened the war." Maybe true, but Wallis never forgot. Those 53 men. But Wallis didn't stop. After Dambusters designed other weapons. Tall boy, 12,000 pound, 5,400 kilograms bomb, called earthquake bomb. Why? Because hitting ground created underground shockwave, penetrated 16 feet, 5 meters of concrete, destroyed submarine pens, V-2 rocket sites, sank the Tirpitz battleship, then Grand Slam, 22,000 pounds, 10,000 kilograms, biggest bomb of World War II, dropped from 20,000 feet, collapsed underground bunkers, bridges, viaducts, anything Nazi Germany thought indestructible. One man, Scottish engineer, designed 3 of World War II's most destructive weapons. Bouncing bomb, tall boy, Grand Slam. War ended, 1945. What did Wallis do? Stop weapon design? No, but turned to different areas: supersonic aircraft design, variable wing geometry, swing wing concept, laid groundwork for Concord, space technology, missiles, rockets, even in 1960s still working. In his 70s, never retired because he loved it. Engineering, problem solving, innovation, died 1979, age 92. Long and productive life. Knighted, got awards, but most remembered for? Bouncing bomb, Dambusters, that incredible night. May 16th to 17th, 1943. Dambusters raid became legend. Why? Because it was incredible. Bouncing bombs, impossible mission, success. 1955 movie made, The Dambusters. Very famous, music iconic, story inspiring. Every generation watches, and Barnes-Wallis became a hero. Engineer hero. Because he designed not a weapon but a solution. Problem was, dams can't be destroyed. Wallis, they can, just find the right method. And found it. Physics, creativity, persistence, combination, and changed history. One engineer, one Scot. They said bombs don't bounce, and Wallis made them bounce, and war was won. But wait, let's analyze. Why did Wallis succeed? First, physics knowledge. Water pressure, shock waves, calculated. Second, creativity. They say bombs don't bounce. Wallis, why not? Third, testing. Made models, tried, failed, tried again, until success. Fourth, persistence. Heard no many times, kept going. Fifth, teamwork. Talked to pilots. What's needed? How can they fly? Adapted. This combination, technical knowledge plus creativity plus determination plus collaboration equals innovation, and changed the war. But an ethical question. Wallis was a weapon designer. Weapons that killed people. Is this ethical? Tough question. Wallis's view? War is bad, but when inevitable, finishing it quickly is better. Fewer people die. If effective weapons shorten war, they actually save lives. Controversial. But Wallis believed this, and post-war turned to civilian projects, aircraft, technology, construction, from destruction to building. Maybe conscience, maybe just interest change, but fact, Wallis's weapons killed thousands, and maybe saved millions, by shortening war. Complex legacy. How's Barnes-Wallis remembered today? In Britain, hero, engineering genius, Dambusters legend, museums there, exhibits. Brooklyn's museum has Wallis exhibit. Bomb replica there, Wellington bomber there, Wallis designed it. Every year, memorial ceremonies. 617 squadrons still active. In RAF, called the Dambusters, legacy lives. And in the world, engineering students take Wallis as example. Impossible doesn't exist, only unsolved problems yet. Wallis proved this. Bombs don't bounce, Wallis made them bounce. That's inspiration. Personally, this story reminds me of creativity. When they say impossible, is it really impossible? Or just nobody's solved it yet? Wallis heard impossible, but thought while questioning, why? Do physics laws prevent it? No, just nobody tried, so I'll try, and succeeded. This mindset, problem-solving, questioning, testing, not just in engineering, applies to every area of life. If they say can't be done, ask why? Maybe truly impossible, maybe not, but can't know without questioning. Wallis questioned and changed history. You question too. Compare with other war engineers. Wernher von Braun, German, designed V-2 rocket, thousands died. Post-war worked at NASA. We went to Moon. Complex legacy. Robert Oppenheimer led atomic bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, hundreds of thousands dead. Later regretted. Now I am become death, he said. Tragic. Barnes Wallis, Dambusters, Tall Boy, Grand Slam, thousands dead. But did war shorten? Debatable. Post-war did civilian work. Made peace with conscience? Don't know. But all same question. When science used in war, what's scientists' responsibility? Tough question, no easy answer. Bouncing bomb, 2 words, but behind it, a story. Impossible mission. Scottish engineer. Physics, creativity, persistence, testing, success. May 16th to 17th, 1943, 19 planes, 133 crew, 2 dams destroyed, 53 dead, thousands of civilians dead, but German industry damaged. War may be shortened. Complex legacy, victory and tragedy, genius and destruction. Barnes Wallis, 1887 to 1979, engineer, inventor, weapon designer, innovator, Scott. They said bombs don't bounce. Wallis made them bounce, and the world changed. Remember, impossible sometimes just means unsolved problem. Wallis solved it and made history. Bouncing bomb, Dambusters, Barnes Wallis. So what do you think? Write in the comments. Was Wallis a hero, a weapon designer? Both? Is it ethical? Complex question. Let's discuss. And if this story, bouncing bomb, Scottish engineer, impossible mission, interested you, hit that like button, because for these kinds of stories to continue, the algorithm needs to see them. Don't forget to subscribe. Every day, new stories, sometimes war heroes, sometimes engineering geniuses, sometimes forgotten stories, but always real, always inspiring, always important, and turn on notifications, because the next story is going to be amazing too. Maybe another Scottish hero, maybe a completely different genius. Who knows? See you in the next video. Until then, remember, impossible sometimes just means not solved yet. Barnes Wallis solved it. Bombs bounced, history changed. You keep questioning too.